This entire video is a finished game of Dominions 5 Warriors of the Faith as Middle Age Mictlan. We'll be playing on a medium-sized world, so there'll be a good amount of action. Middle Age Mictlan is a very interesting faction, one that I have personal interest in because I love Aztec and Central American mythology. They have a large variety of casters with good casting skills, and they're also strong priests. On top of this, they have Recruit Anywhere blessed units, sacred units, and this makes a blessed strategy very strong for them. To augment this, we're going to go with Teteo-Anan, the Mother of Gods. She's a terrifying entity that has a lot of natural attacks with some strong poison. We're going to be beefing her up with some items so that she can harass alone early on, and later on support our armies in big battles. The bless effects I'm choosing are larger, so that all of our blessed units are inherently larger without having to be blessed. This makes them stronger and have 30% more HP. And so here is our beginning world. One supercontinent with some stray islands, good amount of sea. Okay. So our beginning research strategy is going to go for Construction 4, then we're going to grab some Evocation and Conjuration just in case we have to go into the sea. I'm not sure who we're facing just yet. My opening moves are to get a couple of scouts and start building a pool of Jaguar warriors and casters for research. That way we have a good solid army with taking advantage of the larger blessed effect, and we actually know what's out there. My goal is to go after higher population areas that'll provide the income to bankroll our research. Our enemy is Pelagia. That is a sea-based nation. We're definitely going to have some strong conjuration to combat them. So my scouts are going to head in two different directions. One will take the east, one will take the west. We'll meet somewhere in the middle. So, my first army's tactics are going to be to swoop down with Jaguar warriors and have them attack the commanders in the back, hopefully netting some easy routes. Meanwhile, my commander is going to bless everybody, and then start spamming Word of Stone to hopefully petrify any rushing cavalry. This will give our slaves and some warriors a little bit of breathing room. The slaves and warriors will then protect the commander to the best of their ability. So, let's see how those tactics pay off in the Mountains of Madness. Okay, so our Jaguar warriors are going to head off to the back row. They're not intercepted at all. Excellent. Hopefully we get a couple commander kills pretty easily, and that routs them. It's looking pretty good so far. The Jaguar warriors put out about 20 some damage with their obsidian clubs and have a good length of 2. Yep, that's a success. Also, whenever they're lethally wounded, they transform into were-jaguars, making them even stronger and faster. Well, with that success, let's start beefing up our god for Phase 2 of our plan. We're going to give her the Mace of Eruption, which deals 8 points of armor-piercing fire. That also affects her, so we're going to have to give her a Ring of Fire resistance as well. She'll be able to easily support armies later on and harass provinces on her own. Okay, this battle, it was a very close one. Cavalry got the best of us, unfortunately, and caused a rout. They charge in, they do a lot of damage to our front forces, and unfortunately our priest king gets wiped. I think he's actually just a tribal warrior, or tribal king, but I made him our prophet. So, good tactics early on. We definitely did nail their commander, I think. Yeah, there's their priest. Yep, got him. Okay, and then their regular commander might be a knight. But yeah, super close. So, our second army then is going to sweep along to the north, pick up some easier territories, help get us a little more income to recover from that loss of our first army. then we'll easily be able to get that land of plenty, which had pretty high population. It'll be a good territory. Alright, let's forge some more items. We'll get that ring of fire. And let's equip our god. We got the Mace of Eruption, the Ring of Fire, and the Shield of Vengeance, which hits enemies with damage whenever they wound her. So that'll be very good for controlling some of the weak chaff. So here's Pelagia on the coast. We'll have to beef up our province defense so we can hold them off. And in the meantime, let's test out our god. Looks like she did excellent. Good job. That mace should be really good. Plus, she has a small retinue of horned serpents, which makes it extra good against beings that can actually take poison damage, not undead. So yeah, good little clusters of damage, mowing them down. And I'll probably just have her beeline to the back in the future. Yeah, alright. So I send out a good variety of casters to start looking for some magic sites. Alright, we find some magic sites. That's excellent. So, let's see what we found. 2 fire gems. Excellent. So they'll keep moving around and they'll just swoop around our entire territory. In the meantime, we're going to have our god group up with our priest king with some light archer support to take on the barbarians. Barbarians have good length on their greatswords and deal really good damage. So you got to keep your range a little bit longer. They are glass cannons. So let's check it out. How did we do? Not bad. We just lost some slaves and a little bit of our jaguar warrior retinue. Okay. How did we do? We get our buffs up. Our snakes head off. They get turned into snake hamburger. Okay, and the fear effect of our god is pretty pronounced. Excellent. Alright, those magic sites, they just continue to roll in. Those will be excellent for constructing more items for our thugs and our god. It's about time to build our first fort. We have a pretty nice populated area. Let's do it. It is the summer of our first year in the Ascension Wars, and we have 2 different forts that we have planned to build. One in the west, one in the east. So this will look pretty damn good, I think. In the meantime, we need another thug. Thugs are basically commanders that are exceptionally good in combat. We're going to forge a snake bladder stick and use the poison resistance of our blessing to our advantage on a priest king. And Pelagia declares war on us. Oh no. Pelagia makes landfall on the west. It's a good thing we already are building a fort. So I'm going to make a vine shield for our thug commander. That'll allow him to entangle anybody that gets close to him. For protection, a robe of etherealness. This gives 75% protection against non-magical attacks. So, let's get our guy equipped. He has luck, a snake bladder, a shield, a robe of etherealness. Yes. And a dancing trident. So Pelagia attacks us. It's pretty interesting. Our forces repelled it at least. That's pretty good. But we did lose 10 jaguar warriors. It's a pretty hefty attack. Let's check him out. Looks like some champions. Good protection. Good damage too. 19 is strong. Yeah, and then their champion has magic damage too with his pearl blade. But our forces are more than capable, so that's pretty good. Hopefully we'll be able to hold here until our fort gets up and reinforcements arrive. To get some extra insurance, I'm going to go ahead and beef up our province defense against them along all of our territories until we can get some more offense down there. It is late fall in the first year of the Ascension Wars. My plans are to take the rest of the eastern seaboard with our Tateo Anan and a supporting army. On the west, we'll rely on province defense and a small army to kind of sweep and pick up any spare territories that Pelagia leaves undefended. So we've completed our first fort. That's excellent news. We'll be able to recruit some eagle warriors there and kind of reinforce, get some more casters for research. And on top of that, we're taking Pelagia territory. Yes. Let's take a look at the battle. So we kind of had a more standard formation here. And I wanted my troops to meet them head-on just in case they had cavalry. Looks like they didn't, just some light infantry. We chew through them and rout them. So as I mentioned before, Middle Age Mictlan offers blessed units to be recruited from forts. And that's the Eagle Warrior, which allow really sudden assassin strikes on the back line. We just need a temple here, though. We also luckily can get a Nightmare, which is a strong cavalry unit, and it's also blessed, so it benefits from being larger. A large cavalry unit. That's awesome. So our second fort comes online, and a plague from Pelagia strikes us. I'm pretty sure it's from them, even though it, kind of says it's a neutral event. So, anyways, with the 2 forts online, we can start to get some better troops. We just need a temple for those Eagle Warriors. Then we can head on down and kick some more Pelagian ass. So that's exactly what we do. Let's get a temple there, and we'll start conquering some of the evil dominion that's spreading. Alright, grabbing more Pelagian land here, making some good progress. Not losing too much either, so our forces can definitely continue. So let's take a quick look at what we own, what they own. We're increasing province defense to kind of keep what we hold, and while we advance. So it's looking pretty good. They have their fort right next to us. That's their capital just to the south. So I'm going to just pretty much rinse and repeat and try to be a little cautious so I can have some defenses in case they do make a move. So let's try to grab a Throne of Ascension. That'll be really useful. We have our units set up here, a large amount of Jaguar warriors as the main offensive tool, and our god to support. So I'm hoping that we have a pretty wild success here. Our Thug commander is placed in the middle of his army, that way he can not be surrounded, but also still assist with some AoE poison, which the units are susceptible to, it looks like. It's just a bunch of tribals and some heavy infantry. Alright, meanwhile our scout will look at the very far shoreline. Alright, not too bad for losses it looks like. We conquered it. Let's take a look at the battle. They had war elephants, wow. Here we go, buff spells going in. Oh, we petrify some elephants. Yes. Jaguar warriors just eat everything. And it's Teonan just took off like bat out of hell. Alright. It is early spring in year 2 of the Ascension Wars. Let's see what our plans are. Well, we're going to claim that throne with our god and build up some more forces along the eastern seaboard. Along the west, we're moving in and taking forces to go ahead and conquer the Pelagian territory and build up province defense, just as we said. And we get the throne. Yes. Find some more magic sites, and there's another battle here against the Independents. Very good. We kick some ass. And we leave some pretty strong armies to prevent Pelagian harassment. So I start to have some border concerns. The units are definitely massing up on our shores, and I'm not sure of how much they can bring onto land. So I want to kind of take a moment to consolidate our forces before advancing too much more. In the meantime, it's time for another Thug Priest. Let's get him equipped. Same kind of setup as before, so he can support his Jaguar warriors, which will take advantage of their major resistance blessing for poison. So they'll be entangled, and he'll fight in the middle of them. That way, whenever he gets surrounded, well, whenever he's fighting, he doesn't get surrounded. And that way, his robe of etherealness can really offer the best protection possible. You figure 1 in 5 hits pretty much gets through, or 1 in 4. So you want him to be able to tank at least a couple hits and be okay. So I'm going to fight in the city of Ecnafale. That's a very high population territory, And I'm kind of surprised that it's so lightly defended. They pretty much moved in and conquered it and then left like a very low province defense. Crazy. So, we're nearing the end of our land battles here. We got to start preparing for a strategy to enter the sea. And that's going to rely on some strong conjuration. I'm thinking about going for contact Sea King's court, or Sea King's court, which gives us a Sea King troll and a retinue of sea trolls. Then we'll outfit the commander with some items. I think that'll be pretty good. So we really only have strong resistance in the south part of our continent. And my idea is just, again, to move down with our forces. We have 3 big distinct armies, which we're going to use just to pretty much surround and completely conquer the rest of the continent. And behind us, we'll just leave some good province defense in case they try to sneak attack. Should work out pretty well. And here's us storming the castle at Moss Woods that we just got done attacking. So we're going to go in there and kick some ass. I don't know what kind of forces they'll have inside, but it was pretty easy to breach their walls. Oh man, they really don't want to lose Moss Woods. There is a big counterattack on us. Look at that force. Not bad at all. But we're pretty prepared. Got a good amount of units here. Huge melee. Teteo Anon sneaks to the back lines. Hopefully she'll go after their commanders there and not get stuck in the infantry. Web spells rooting down some of their champions. Good. Oh, their champion seems pretty strong. Oh, but he routs. Alright. We did, though, lose quite a bit of forces. Mostly our chaff. And a good amount of our Jaguar warriors as well. And damn it, that mace from our Teteo has probably hurt some of our Jaguars. Okay. So, let's see how we did in the siege against the castle. The fortress itself, we captured it. Ah, but our thug priest died, so we found all of his items. Oh man, that sucks. And it was only a small defense as well. Shoot. So Pelagia attacks us on 2 different fronts here. But one of them we do repel in Duluth. Good. Not bad at all. Okay. Let's check it out. Because we did suffer some bigger losses here. Smaller party. Mostly just our chaff and... Oh, there goes our Eagle Warriors. Oh man, they look so cool when they drop in. Yeah. Those guys are just commander assassins. Especially now that they're giant-sized. And then they attack us in Moss Woods. And we defeat them there as well. Man, they really didn't want to lose that territory. We lost some Jaguar warriors. And a good amount of Eagle warriors too. Damn it. Let's see how we do. Okay, everyone gets blessed. Good. Looks pretty textbook here. Okay. At this point, I feel like Pelagia has kind of exhausted their land armies, so we're just going to continue to swoop in with what we have, and we just have to worry about one more castle here at Giant Spine, and then the continent should be ours. And so here I make a mistake. I do lose my god here by sending her solo against a stronger province force. She gets surrounded, and unfortunately I should have given her like a better shield and a full suit of armor. I I just didn't get around to it because we were just so busy conquesting. But that's okay. She does pretty damn well, and I would say she almost does, get a rout on the army, but it's kind of hard to tell a little bit. She kills a lot of them. See, they were just starting to run away. So, we're going to have to call our god back, but this is where the strength of Mictlan really comes into play. We have a shitload of priests that can call our god back. So we use our enormous retinue of priests to go ahead and call our god. She should be back pretty soon, I estimate within a couple turns. I believe you have to get about 50 of the priest ranks to call in god, and then she'll return. Let's get some revenge for killing our god. We send in our priest kings, and our archers, our jaguar warriors, and we wipe them out to a man. Yes, look at that. Brutal. Sleep clouds, putting them to sleep, webbing them. Oh yeah. Good old evocation research. In the spring of year 3 of the Ascension Wars, we return our goddess to this realm. She lost a level of earth magic, but that's okay. So it is time to siege the last fort on the southern end of our continent, Giant's Spine. We have our thug priests go in with their big armies. Let's see how they do. Not too bad. Okay, losses were very minimal, but they only had a light standing force. Most of them must be inside the castle. Eagle warriors are going to take off for an assassination. Meanwhile, frontline forces close in. Oh man, that was such a fast wipe. Woo! And we breached it. Yes. So it is time to storm the fortress of Giant Spine. Not too bad on losses. Good, let's make a move. Our Eagle Warriors again, pretty much just ignore all the rules for traditional castle combat. Oh yeah. They're just dropping in like bombs. Right in on the ramparts too. That's awesome. That's so cool looking. We get the hero priest of Mishcoatl, the priest king. Yeah. A powerful Coatl who has long left sequestration for the emergence to support us during the Ascension Wars. Yeah. Good astral mage. We'll put him to work. So it is summer in year 3 of the Ascension Wars, and we have taken the entirety of the continent here away from Pelagia. We have a few neutrals to the north, and Pelagia is mostly concentrated to the sea, so we've been boosting up our province defense to stop them from making landfall again. And so it's time to summon up the Sea Kings. We need to empower one of our water mages to level 3. We'll spend a little bit of gems in that, but thankfully all that magic site searching is now paying off for our late game plans. So once we do that, we're going to go ahead and contact the Sea King's court. And that's going to be really good. They are very strong, double regeneration units. The double regeneration is 10% on land, 10% when in the water. And the cool thing is, their troops possess this as well. Check it out. And they're also a 3 water caster, so he can continue to summon himself, more of his buddies. We just need to supply him with all the gems. We're going to outfit him with a large amount of items to make him just a brutal underwater thug. Pelagia has been stockpiling their forces, so I'm really going to need to make a strong landfall. Or waterfall, I guess you could say. Let's double up on the fun. We're going to double cast Sea King's Court. Yes. Let the number of trolls flow. So we convert all of our gems to water. We need that many Sea Kings, and we're also going to need a lot of water gems for the items that they need. Sea Kings also generate 1 water gem every month as well, so the more of them we get, the more we can fuel this. Alright, so it took a little bit, but I have equipped all of them with some tremendously good items. They have Boots of Quickness for double attacks, double movement. They have the Wavebreaker Trident, which gives 3 attacks at a very high strength and damage. Look at this thing. And it buffs up their attack and defense. So as you can see, they're going to swing for 40 damage 6 times in a round. If they fight amidst their troops, they shouldn't get overwhelmed, and they should do pretty damn good. It is early fall in year 4 of the Ascension Wars. And what we're trying to do is just build up that army of sea trolls just a little bit more, and then we're going to go and make an entrance into the Pelagia underwater kingdom. In the meantime, we're moving our forces around and capturing as many magic sites as we can, make a move on the Thrones of Ascension. And here's a fun little thing. I made a bunch of Jaguar warriors just guard our commanders, and then they just magic spam spell on any army in their way. And this is for the Throne of Ascension here to the north. So you'll see our troops just kind of mill around, and then suddenly just tons of spells start pouring out. Fireballs, webs, lightning bolts, every color of magic here. Beautiful. That's so cool looking. Just routing an army entirely by magic. Okay, let's see if our powers in the sea are going to be worth all this effort. Yeah, meanwhile, Pelagia is trying to retake Ecnophail, but no go for them. But the Whirling Sea is where we go, and they just obliterate the forces there. Now, there's not that many defenses in the Whirling Sea, but they're coming. They have armies of 100 and 200, you know, empowered Shark Knights, Sea Serpents, really high HP units, so... But let's just see how our army functions. Wow. Just grind. Obliteration. The Sea Kings are so fast. So here is the massive battle I knew was coming. And we won. Holy crap. Yes. They threw so much at us. Now we did lose one of our Sea Kings, and we lost about half of our Sea Trolls, but only 2 of our Troll Guards. Let's see what happened. This is just an absolutely massive battle. Here we go, and we had a big province force to help us. Yeah, those Sea Kings are doing work. Just eating. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Now, we did have some routing forces there, so hopefully we can recover those. And we'll really need to heavily beef up our province defense, because more is coming. Alright, another huge battle in the Whirling Sea, living up to its name here, but we've been beaten. They sent 241 units at us, and we had a province defense force of 140, along with our normal Sea Troll retinue. Damn, what happened? This is huge. This is an epic battle. Biggest battle of the game. Wow. Yeah. Here we go. Oh man, look at this. Yeah, that Sea King got surrounded. Look at those Sea Serpents. Those are massive. 70 HP. Do a good amount. Plus they have Venomous Fangs, which is kind of like anti-regeneration. I think they have Deadly Poison too. Or at least a strong poison. Whew. Damn, it was close. Our trolls really held the line here. That's too bad. Well, you know what this means, right? It means we need a lot more Sea Kings. Let's go. Triple casting that. In the meantime, we're scraping this continent for magic sites with an army of casters. Pelagia, in the meantime, finds a weak spot, and they retake it, but that's okay. We'll just reconquer with our Sea Troll army and increase province defense. And I got so busy summoning Sea Kings and so kind of tunnel vision that I forgot that the last throne of Ascension is actually sandwiched in between 2 of our territories. If I can sneak in our god, we could win. So I give her a ring of water breathing, thinking that there's really probably nothing there except for maybe a small province defense force, and send her on in. Let's see. The Battle of Whitegrave. Whoa. 105 units she took on her own. I can't believe she survived that. I mean, she had no equipment at all. That was just her fear effects and everything else just helping her along. Her natural weapons. And it seems like they're terrified around her and they really can't do much. She's slowly whittling them down though. And they start routing. I can't believe it. Holy crap, that was close. Wow, but we conquer it with a solo god, no items. That was a little foolhardy. Man. So, let's see if we can just claim it. I think that should be it. And it is. Wow. Sneak attack from our god wins the day. We reign supreme. We are the Pantocrator, or the Pantocrator. Your enemies are cast down, broken, dead, and enslaved. Yes. Well, I hope you all have enjoyed this finished game of Dominions 5. It's a very satisfying strategy game, and I feel like it really picks up where Master of Magic kind of left off. Grand strategy, lots and lots of nations. The way that you play Mictlan is very different than you would play any other nation, really. So, and I was really happy that we got into the sea at least. Although it's tough. You know, you really gotta have just such a strong force, and hold, reinforce that force, and then basically make your conquest. But still, I'll take a Throne of Ascension win. That was good. So this playthrough took about probably 6-7 hours. Editing took another hour here, so I hope you guys enjoyed all that work I put in for you, and it was a quick 38 minutes. If you guys want to see more, stop by Patreon. Say, hey Mel, here's a couple bucks, thanks for the good game, produce some more Dominions for us. And I'll do my damnedest to do so. Well guys, thank you very much, and I'll catch you all on more finished game experiences.